What's going on, everybody? This is Talkin Hands. We are back live. We're previewing UFC on ESPN 16, Holm versus Irene Aldana. As always, I'm your host, Preston of Talkin, joined by my co-host, Slaughterhouse1 on Twitter. Jeff, how we doing? How's the week?
Going pretty good, man. Been staying strong. Got up early in the week, and I'm kind of just waiting for this weekend to see if there's anything worth really laying. And I don't know. We're going to talk it through tonight because up until tonight, I don't think there's been much thought or want to bet really any of this card because it's pretty it's pretty wide and chalky, and it's like I don't know.
Yeah. This is a 11 fight UFC card, kind of meh, but fights are fights, and Dana White has pretty much promised a fight every week. I have a lot of people in the chat here. Boston Nick, what's up? Asher, Mystic Sosa, Neil the Security, Big Show Picks, Razor Sharp Picks. What's going on, guys?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, if you got any picks or anything in the chat, you can pop it in. We can see if we agree or disagree and talk some plays out for us for tomorrow night. So we can just get...
I did want to talk some news real quick because there were a bunch of crazy shit that happened today. So Cody backed out of the fight, right? He hurt. So they replaced him with Alex Perez.
Yep.
Which is kind of nuts because everyone thought Moreno was the next one up. But today, Moreno also got booked against the Raw Dog.
Yeah.
So it's a battle
same
of the
card.
Brandons.
Yeah, same card. Yeah.
And that's pretty cool. So that's going to be a pretty good card right there. Also, I wanted to note that Brett Johns got signed. He signed with Bellator. Pretty big deal because, he was a pretty good fighter. I mean.
Yeah, he came back and he won 2 fights in a row. He beat the black guy. What's his face? Montel Jackson and someone else as a pretty big dog. And, yeah, Bellator signed him. They signed Khabib's cousin, and they signed someone else. So, yeah, Bellator's doing pretty good for themselves.
So that was a good pickup. And then last but not least, I wanted to say, I guess apparently UFC Dana White, they heard me last week because I woke up this morning and Jeff Hughes, Barella, and Cadis were all cut. So 3.
And this week, I think you're going to see 1, 2, 3, maybe 3 or 4 more cuts. I mean, it's too many events. It's really too many events every week. This is not what sucks too is because this is actually an ESPN card. It's not just ESPN Plus. So people are going to watch this who don't normally watch UFC, and they're going to be sorely disappointed in the quality, I think.
I agree. I mean, it's pretty. There's some low-level fights on here. Some of them are debut fights. Some guys we haven't seen in a couple of years. So let's get to it. First, I want to shout out the sponsors, Natural Heights, those guys over there off 1880 Nacogdoches Road here in San Antonio, Texas. If you suffer from stress, anxiety, joint pain, PTSD, or insomnia like I do, almost all of those things, go visit those boys. Give them a call, 210-592-1060. Preston, tell them where we're betting and where we're going to be pulling our lines from tonight.
Yeah, if you guys want to bet with us, we bet on mybookie.ag. If you deposit a minimum of $99, you will get a 50% deposit bonus on credit or debit using promo code PUBSPORTS and a 100% deposit bonus using Bitcoin. That's promo code PUBSPORTS at mybookie.ag. Billy in the house. What's going on, Billy? Watched your DFS video. I do have a FanDuel lineup, I think, for this weekend for that millionaire. So we'll see. We'll see what we can get there. Yeah, Big Show, you're here. Big Zo Omega, he's back. What's going on, Big Zo? And a Fight Fans in the house. So, yeah, nice crowd here. A lot of people here. That's awesome, guys. Give us a like, subscribe. That'd be great. We can just start off here. First fight, what we got? Luigi, right?
Yeah, Luigi versus, let me see.
Yeah, man. Luigi Vendramini take on Yasin Ayari. 2 guys who I don't think should be in the UFC. So, what we got here?
They have these lines all mixed up. Okay. Even right now, minus 115 either way. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 145. Under plus 115. Man, I watched Ayari. I think he's pretty good, man. He's kind of a stand-up guy. Got good, some good striking, moves in and out, kickboxing, And I think he can, if he can keep this thing on the feet, he has a real chance to do very good. Both these guys are coming off. I don't think we've seen him in this guy's coming off a year delay, I believe. Yeah. So he hasn't fought in like a year or two. But Luigi, man, I honestly didn't see a ton of this guy. I know that his hand speed looks pretty good, but I think his level of obviously the last fight versus Dos Santos where he just
Yeah,
got
that's the one on
cremated.
Fight. Yeah, that's when I watched. I watched that one. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, he went up in weight. He's undefeated at 155, but and he's got a good all around MMA game. Like he's got the whole package as far as the striking. He can mix in some takedowns, things like that. I just think that if this thing turns into a kind of like a stand up, kickboxing or a point match, I think that Jetson has the advantage there because his experience. I mean, he looked pretty good versus Stevie Ray. He looked, he's fought in some good competition, Darren Hill. So I'm going to go with him and the experience. And at the price, I mean, minus 115. I don't think it's a bad look.
Yeah, so I'm not going to bet this fight, but yeah, I agree. I like Yari here. Luigi was taking a lot of shots versus Dos Santos, but and Yari. So I didn't have the commentary on, but from what I was watching, it looked to me like he could have won that last fight. They gave it to Stevie Ray unanimous. I was kind of confused because he was hitting him quite a bit, but he was wearing a lot of damage, and that definitely sucks too if you have a fight that goes to decision. So like Vendramini, he does fight kind of for the finish. He has no decisions on his record, so he's going to come out, try to blast him out, hit him with some heavy hooks, some good low kicks. I think Ayari can wear the damage, and he just has to stay composed, and because I think he can drop him. So yeah, I agree. I'm going to take Ayari probably by TKO. I prefer, I think, an underlook because I do think one of these guys is going to get finished in the first fight of the night.
Yeah, and I could totally see that either way. But I mean, if it does go to the decision, you got to like Jessen, unless he's just getting taken down, which I don't see happening. But yeah, man, I'm in agreement there too. So yeah, the under was minus or plus 115.
Yeah, and then in the chat, Mystic Sosa likes Ayari. Big Show, thanks for the compliment, Big Show. Yeah, Nick, smash that like button. And yeah, so we can go on. Fight 2. What we like here? Who we got? We have, here we go. This is definitely a parlay piece. Casey Kenney taking on the guy who I think has screwed us one too many times.
Yes, he has.
Halil Alatong.
All right, Casey's coming in minus 340. Halia plus 265. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 210. Under plus 170. Preston, I think we're both going to be on the same side, but what do you have?
Yeah, so we bet against Alatong in UFC China. That was a little over a year ago now. He won the fight. He hits pretty hard, but he's very, very low volume. He hits that straight right, that big, he has good power, good punching power. Hits that straight right, low kick, but he just doesn't throw enough. Kenney, we know he's more of a grappler, but he has decent hands. He's quick. And the one thing that he's been able to do pretty much in every fight is grapple, get the opponent down, take him down, control him. I see a lot of that. And even standing, I don't necessarily think he's outmatched that significantly. So if it does stay standing, I think he's quick enough to just kind of get in, him with a couple 1-2s, get out, shoot that takedown, get him against the cage, take him down, beat him up. I wish I could have got the line when it opened. It opened really low. Well, not really low, but 200. Now it's up to like 340, 350. Still good parlay piece. Casey Kenney. He's not really a champion caliber fighter yet because when he faces the elite guys, he's just kind of outmatched strength wise. But he gets this done. Maybe a finish if you want some value, like a Kenney inside the distance. But either way, I think Kenney wins the fight.
Yeah. No, I'm in 100% agreement there. I mean, Kenney, we know what he can do. And I don't think he's maybe as good as I think he is the better striker, to be honest with you. I think he is the better striker. And we know he's got, he's not really a knockout kind of guy, but he puts a high volume, good pace. And he's got some good kicks, leg kicks. But we saw what he did with Smoko last. I mean, Smoko was ripping the body pretty well. He was taking that damage and he
Yeah, I was a little concerned at the beginning, and then once he got him down and stuff,
So,
it was over.
Yeah, and Smoke was ripping him, so he's got. I mean, he can take the punishment, and I mean, you can know that all the way back to when he went with the oversized Bermudez. I mean, I still remember watching how big of a difference that guy was, just enormous. So, Casey all around, in my opinion, is the better fighter. Period. And he's with his judo background. He's a high level judo medalist, and I mean, he can get with his trips and everything, he can get these guys as throws down. He can get them down, and someone as caliber as a wrestler as his opponent here. But Casey's got the clear advantage in all aspects. Sure, Haley's got the overhand right, the straight right, but other than that, I mean, I think it's he's going to be at Casey's will.
Nice, yeah. And then we have Jacksonville Zoe's in the chat. He pops up. What's going on, Jacksonville Zoe? Mystic Sosa's taken Casey Kenney, but he says it's fishy. Fight Fan agrees with the Kenney inside the distance. Deer Slayer skis here. What's going on, Deer Slayer?
The thing I do agree with him, he said it's fishy. I do agree a little bit because I saw an interview with Casey. I think he's overlooking this guy, and he's already looking ahead.
Yeah, this seems like a step back from Smolka. I think Smolka was probably ranked a little higher, and now he's taking this guy. So it could be worrisome, but I think he'll get it done. And that's then we got Rick Ramone here saying, I feel like it's going to go decision. If it does, we will be sweating Casey Kenney. Okay, Rick Ramone.
I agree. I mean, I think because if Casey Kenney's going to outvolume the guy. He is the better striker. I mean, I don't think it's going to be that close of a decision.
Yeah, and Big Zo, that's a good.
Hopefully not.
That's a good comment there. So for any reason why he doesn't fight flyweight, that's for Kenney, right? Yeah, I don't really know because he is. That's kind of what I just said. He is undersized at 135, so maybe he has difficulty making the weight. I'm not sure because at 125 he's a problem for a lot of people. So that does stink. Yeah, Rick Ramone, Smolka does fight stupid as hell. Yeah, I agree there. Bobley Swaga, what's going on, Bobley? And
what's up, guys?
yeah, this is the best main card ever. Yeah, Bobley.
I know, man. This is
definitely,
and this is a torture for us because this is all payback for me screaming how much I don't like to bet on women's MMA, which we finally broke the cycle last week.
Yeah.
Yes. So maybe this will be a good card for us. Who knows?
So fight 3, we have Loma taking on Jinyu Frey. Jinyu Frey, we just saw her take on Kay Hansen. So she's kind of got a pretty quick return here. She takes a loss there, taking on a pretty undersized Loma in this bout.
Yeah, Loma comes in minus 150. Frey plus 120. Over and under 2.5. Over minus 390, under plus 315. I think that tells you where they're going with this. Clear decision here, but man, I honestly I'm gonna side with Loma here, man. I think she's gonna be a little too strong on that clinch for Frey. I really do, man. I mean, Frey outside of some kickboxing, I don't think there's much of a threat there in my opinion, and I feel like Loma's got more of a heart, will, desire. She's obviously got the Muay Thai background, but I just think this is her fight to lose, man. Once she gets in that clinch, I really could see her dominating there, and I don't think Frey will have an answer for that.
Nice, yeah. So Boston Nick says, Jeff, this is all your fault that we have this card. Dana said, F you, Jeff. So Boston Nick says, Neil the Security, I got Frey. She was looking solid during weigh-ins, and she was all smiles. I think her head is in a good place right now.
That's kind of what worries me is her head, because we've seen her give up plenty of times. I mean, it's just amazing to watch her give up.
But. Yeah, Fight Fan, Frey's bigger. Bully win. Let's see. Boss Nick likes Loma. Zoe, Jeff called Dana and complained about the women's MMA. Dana said, stick this up your tailpipe.
He is doing that to media. He's the real bully here. He bullies all the media now.
I mean, yeah, Dana's been like that for like 5 years.
I know.
Yeah. Frey looks bigger, should have advantage grappling. Yeah, so yeah, this is an interesting fight. Loma is a very, very small 115-pound fighter. for the UFC. She should be at 105. But what she does have that's good is she can crack pretty good. Just she's quick and she has like a good solid straight where she can catch you. But Jinh Yu Frey's, again, she's more of a kickboxer too. So Loma's gonna have to get in and out a lot, and like quick. Because if she can't get in and out, Jinh Yu Frey, like you said, if she can clinch her up, will dominate the clinch and beat her up there.
See, I think vice versa. I think Loma's going to dominate the clinch, not because she's smaller, but because she's used to that with her style.
I don't think she can get inside and just get her against the cage like that, because Kay Hansen struggled. She's a great wrestler to take Jinh Yu Frey down to like the third round. So
yeah, she's also kind of young too.
Yeah, but I think Jinh Yu Frey, this is a pass, but if I had to bet, I would take Jinh Yu Frey. I think she can use her size for like leg kicks, because she was hitting K with those, and she was looking pretty good on the feet. But I don't know. Loma's like a girl they kind of promote a bit, like that they give her some hype, and she just got beat by Angela Hill. Angela Hill is better than Jinh Yu Frey, though, of course, because she just fought.
That's the thing too. Yeah, you brought up a good point. Is that's probably the best competition that both of them have faced. Still,
yeah.
So Loma does have, to me, she's fought in, even though she's a smaller person, she's fought in the tougher person.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense, I don't
know. But yeah, over 2.5 is definitely a great look. I don't see either girl getting finished, and I'm gonna take Jinh Yu Frey. No bet. This is a definite pass for me.
Yeah, I mean, this is a definite pass for me too. I ain't messing around with this fight at all.
Yeah, now we move on. Another kind of meh type fight for me. Jordan Williams taking on Nassourdine Imavov, who's debuting. He's debuting in Jordan Williams.
Yeah, he got to skip the contender series because he was supposed to fight Jordan Williams last time and he missed out. So
yeah.
Now he just bypassed the contender series, gets a shot. Jordan Williams is minus 125. Imavov is minus 105, if that's how you pronounce it. Over and under 2.5, plus 105, under minus 135. Man, I didn't get to see a ton of this other guy. I know he's got quick hand speed, pretty tough kid. But again, I think it's the low level competition that I've seen on his record that I don't like. I'm going with Jordan Williams, man. I think he has the full package here. What do you think?
Yeah, so ton of comments here. Rick Ramon likes Loma. Just my 2 cents. What's going on? Glad to have you in here. Rick Ramon says Loma is a gamer. I like her good elbows and clinch, strong for her size. Yeah, but that's
what I'm saying, man.
She is small, though.
I think that's the problem. Yeah, she's small, but she's just going to be more active. So and you're right. It will come down probably to a kickboxing match.
I mean, and yeah, Big Zoe's kind of saying what I was thinking. Frey's a big 105er, looks decent at 115. Loma does not look like she should fight at 115.
I agree with that.
Yeah,
she's small.
Anyone like any dogs? Maybe later in the card, Bob Lee. Maybe later in the card. Gerardo, sup guys? I'm gonna parlay Casey Kenney with Jermaine Randamie.
I don't mind that.
Sosa, this fight's very dangerous. I go with no distance. I like Imavov because Jordan will eat 1-2 punches to land 1-3, and usually does. 1-3 are vicious. Who let the dogs out, Billy? I'm taking the dog, Imavov, Big Zoe. Jackson Zoe, he bet Imavov too. And Big Show saying Imavov by TKO is plus 340. So, yeah, this is an interesting fight. This could be a dog fight. But Jordan Williams was, I don't want to say disrespected, but not a lot of people thought he was going to win that contender fight. And he kind of smoked that guy pretty easy. He's quick. Jordan Williams is very quick. Imavov, I saw his fight at Aries Fighting, and he just, I want to say he kind of just bullied the guy for the finish. He hit him with a couple big clinches, big elbows, good hooks. And then the guy eventually kind of wilted. He was cut up, busted up. And when he was on the ground, the fight was over. I don't think Williams will break, I don't want to say easily like that, because obviously it's not easy because he got hit with some bombs. But I think Williams can take the shots a little better, and his speed helps. But I will say this. If this fight goes later, I favor Imavov Early, I like Williams. Tough fight. I'm gonna take Jordan Williams. I know you guys want picks and bets, but this is a pass. This is another pass. So far through the first four, Kenney's the one I like the most, and I know it's chalk, but I'll have him in some sort of parlay. But yeah, this is another pass fight because I don't like betting on fighters where we haven't seen him in UFC caliber fights. So
And that's my problem is until you get there, right? And he's not even like a real Russian sniper. He fucking is training in France, so he's more of a striker. But
yeah, Billy's saying
has a little bit of grappling, but Williams to me is the better wrestler. He's going to throw the more volume and he's more powerful. So for minus 130, I think I'm just going to take the shot on him, man.
Yeah, Billy's saying you can't bet on a guy with diabetes. I know you're saying, Billy, because he can't cut that weight, which does suck. So he'll be undersized against like the top, I think, of the division. But this is not a random guy, but this is his first fight too. So yeah, we can move on. We can move on from that one. We go here. This is a good prospect. Charles Jourdain versus Joshua Culibao. Jourdain's heavy favorite.
Heavy. Yeah, Jourdain comes in minus 460. Culibao plus 335. Over and under 2.5. Over and minus 140. Under minus 170. What you got here, man?
Yeah, so Charles Jourdain, that's what's nuts. So he's another one. He just fought very recently versus Andre Fili. We watched the fight. He loses a close split decision. I thought Fili won, but I know Jourdain, you could have got some big dog money there. And he showed up. He looked good. His Achilles heel is the wrestling, the grappling. Lucky for him, his opponent here is more of a striker, a stand-up guy, hits hard, punches hard, good kicks, and thank God for him, he's not fighting a monster as big as Jalen Turner.
Yeah.
Because Jalen Turner was just way too big for him, just picked him apart, and just really hurt him bad. Good with some heavy shots. And Jourdain, he throws hard too. He throws hard. He has good leg kicks. He's unorthodox. He'll throw spinning back fists, spinning knee, spinning kicks, jumping knees, flying knees, heavy power. Good size for the division. He should be the bigger guy, I would think, size-wise. And Culibao, he's going to come in. He's going to make this a dirty fight, a brawl, and try to land that bomb. What's the under? Because I think Jourdain inside the distance or under. Okay, under 2.5 is what we have here, plus 170, minus 170. I like under. Yeah. So not spinning knee. I meant a spinning back.
Yeah. Under minus 170. My bad.
Yeah, I like under 2.5 or Jourdain in my parlay by finish. I like that too. So I think Culibao just isn't there for this fight. I think Jourdain's much better. Billy, price tags scare you? Yeah, but that's why I kind of like what these guys are putting out here. So we got a lot of good comments tonight. I like that a lot. That Jourdain's minus 125 to KO TKO. I think that's what he's going to do. Big Show, those round props are not too bad. Plus 150 for round one and plus 400, plus 900. The only issue I have with those round props, you're almost, I don't want to say dependent, but it gets a little worrisome if he doesn't get the finish. That's why the minus 125. But that's
Joshua actually has the 4-inch reach advantage here, but I hear what you're saying, man. I know, and I've never been super high on Jourdain. I know he's getting better. I am worried about his takedown because Joshua can freaking mix in some takedowns. He has that in his game. He's got some powerful kicks. He's a fast technical striker, good footwork, but Jourdain, I mean, God, he's probably so hungry and he, way more athletic apparently. I mean, I do worry about that gas tank a little bit because he does come out pretty hard and pretty crazy. Mm-hmm. And after, probably 2.5 rounds, you probably got to worry a little bit of his gas tank diminishing. But man, I don't know. I think he's going to win this fight. I'm not going to be surprised. I'm going to be straight up honest with y'all if Joshua somehow wins this either by decision or a takedown. He does have those takedowns in his game. Jourdain's been working hard on that, I know. So I'm not too worried about it, but I mean, I'm going to parlay this guy, but I wouldn't lay any strength straight on him. There's just no way in hell.
So Charles Jourdain then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So with the round props are dangerous. Do Jourdain by TKO, KO. Yeah, the no distance is I like that a lot. Deer Slayer, what's going on, Deer Slayer with the under, dried spicy shredded squids in the house. What's going on, Spicy? Yeah, I like that under a lot. That could be a bet. Because even if Jourdain loses, I think he's gonna get cracked or knocked out. And I personally I think he's in this fight for a finish.
I mean the thing is you don't want is freaking them to stare at each other for a little while, but
yeah, I don't think I'd be pretty surprised if that happened in this one. I mean, maybe this
sometimes
next
you
one.
see it, it's weird.
Yeah, I mean, maybe this next one or the following one after that. So, move on. Legend in the game, Carlos Condit, natural born killer, back again, taking on Court McGee.
Who's also back again.
Yeah, definitely a fight 5 years ago. I don't think anyone would have thought would happen, but Condit's fallen on hard times.
Well, Condit would have whipped Court McGee's ass back in the day, but Court McGee comes in as the favorite, minus 130. Condit even money, over and under 2.5, over minus 255, under plus 200. Man, this is just kind of weird because Court McGee, I bet on him the last 2 fights, and he's felt me like,
yeah,
you can tell. I know the guy puts the pressure on. He has a good pace, but his good pace is not as good as it once was. It's not as good as it once was. So that worries me. He could probably take Carlos out. Carlos is, he's always been kind of a bad takedown defense kind of guy, but he throws pretty heavy from his back. We know that with his elbows, things like that. Man, I have no interest in betting this fight. I just think I don't know, man, because Court McGee, yeah, he could sit there and grind it out, but he's been getting tired lately. He's just doesn't look the same to me. And Carlos Condit, maybe, he wants to go out. I guess what I'm trying to say is this is a winnable fight for Condit. I mean, Court McGee's not a top 15 guy. Carlos Condit has lost his last 5, but he's also faced some top 15 guys in there.
Yeah.
Court McGee hasn't faced shit really lately, and he's still lost. And I'm going Carlos Condit. I think he wins somehow, maybe a choke from his back, or I don't know, but he wins somehow. He retires, and that's that, dude. I don't think Court McGee has enough. The last 2 fights hasn't impressed me. I know, he's tough, he's gritty, but so is Carlos Condit. I mean, look at some of the guys he's faced and he's lost to. So it's just different to me in competition, but you got to always wonder where Carlos's mind is. He's obviously, doing this for a paycheck, but I'm going Carlos Condit.
Yeah. So Mystic Sosa here says Court McGee has been trained with his son because of COVID. So the last 2 weeks, he finally went to a real camp. It's not great for Court. Rick Ramon's going to stay away from this one. Deer Slayer says he can punch better than Court McGee. And Big Show says to sprinkle McGee TKO KO plus 850.
I could see that. I mean, I could see all kinds of shit happening in this crazy fight.
Yeah, Hippo with the hard pass. And so this is, man, the last fight, I don't think I've ever been more disappointed in a fight in a while than Carlos Condit's last fight versus Michael Chiesa. He got taken down pretty much at will and just grappled to hell. And now the good thing with that is the guy he fought, Chiesa, is actually beaten good, not great guys, but he beat RDA and he beat Diego Sanchez, and he's looked good, kind of on resurgence. So that loss doesn't look as bad as it did. And like you said, Court McGee's level of competition is nowhere near what Carlos Condit's fought. Court McGee got beaten up bad by Sean Brady, who looks like a legit prospect. So, not a bad loss. Prior to that, he loses a split. Should have been a UD to Diego Lima, kind of an old veteran type. If Condit because Condit, even though he got taken down and just beat up on the ground against, I just said Chiesa, he's still it still looked like he was coming forward. He had that fight, that anger, that juice he always used to have all the time, where he comes out, throws everything, throws those big punches, knees, nasty elbows, and he still has that. McGee just kind of plods forward, chases you, tries to, hit you with a couple 1-2s and get you against the cage and just clinch you up a lot. I think Condit. See, now Zoe's saying he thinks Court has more left in the tank. I think Court's been more active, which I guess can help him. But I think skill-wise, I still think Condit has more skills. I think Condit, if he can use his skills, even in the realm that he used to have them, I think Condit wins the fight. But again, if he doesn't have it and, he just accepts getting taken down and just controlled for 15 minutes, he's done. And yeah, Neil, I kind of see what you're saying with, I don't think we're dealing with the same Condit anymore. I get what you're saying with that.
I agree with that 100%. But same thing with Court McGee. I mean, he's lost 4 out of his last 5 fights. It's not like we're dealing with the same Court either. So, I mean, I don't know, man. This is probably, like I said in the beginning, I'm siding with Condit, but there's no way in hell I'm putting my money on either of these guys. I've gotten burnt twice in a row with McGee, and I'm not going to do it again. So I'm just not going to bet this fight, period.
Yeah, so he lost a round to Ben Saunders. Yeah, Ben Saunders he's another guy in this little fish tank of, kind of not has-beens, but 170-pound vets who just got a little long in the tooth, and they still kind of put him out there to. And I have no reason why. So
I feel like in Condit's last fight, though, yeah, he did get his grappled to hell, but there was one at grappling exchange.
Yeah, he had an armbar.
Yeah, okay, and it was pretty fucking tight. I mean,
yeah,
it would have tapped a lot of people.
Yeah, and Kies is a really good jiu-jitsu guy.
Exactly. So that, he's still working from his back like always, So if Court does get down,
he's
gonna throw elbows. He's gonna throw the back of that shoulder against the clinch, against the neck, and all those illegal elbows they don't call anymore.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's what I think too. I think Condit has a little more juice left, but Court's been more active, and he did fight Sean Brady, who we know is good. But man, yeah, I'm gonna take Condit here, but yeah, should be not a great bet fight. If you want to throw, a quarter of a unit on something, take your guy, whatever. Over's probably pretty good, but yeah, it's just a weird fight. It's just a weird fight. So, move on here. What we got? What's next in this great card? Dequan Townsend, he's back. The guy who knew he would get another fight, he did. He's back, taking on Duško Todorović, who's off that Contender Series fight, I believe. So he hasn't fought in a while. So, interesting fight here.
Todorović comes in at minus 350 and Townsend plus 275, over and under 1.5, over minus 210, under plus 170. Townsend comes down to what? This is a 185, right? Because
I mean, he's fought 205 and 185. Duško's a pretty lanky guy for 185.
Yeah, Townsend has a 5-inch reach advantage. I'm all over Duško here, or Todorović. I think he dominates here, dude, because one thing we know about Townsend, he's probably got power that you got to worry about. I mean, he doesn't throw a ton of volume, anything like that, but his counter strikes and the way Duško leaves his head up, Townsend could clip him, and he's got power, but dude, Townsend's takedown defense is fucking horrible, and people just control the hell out of him against the clinch. They control him all the time on the ground. And I think this is exactly what Duško does here, man. He's going to me, this is probably one of the more secure fights. I know this is a debut fight, and Townsend has all the experience in the world. That scares me too, but this kid's hungry, man. He's tough. He comes out with a good pace too. He's got pretty good jabs, powerful hands, but, not a great striker. But, man, he's just blitzing forward to kind of set up. He's got good, clinch work, takedowns. I think he controls this fight pretty easy, and I'm all over him here. And I think it is a over 1.5, minus 210 doesn't look bad. Duško's got a good grappling game. He can get some subs. So I guess I don't know. I wouldn't probably mess with the over and under, but I'll throw him in a parlay piece definitely with like what's his name, the other heavy favorites.
Oh yeah, I mean there's like 6.
Yeah. I mean the other two, Casey Kenney and what the other guy we just talked about.
Yeah, Jourdain.
Jourdain.
Yeah, so Fight Fan likes Duško inside the distance.
Yeah, the under plus 170. I was thinking that because if he does get that sub, I like the sub personally.
Sosa, if you finish Michelle Pereira, it's a caliber win. I will take Duško. He's 9-0 of his fights. Townsend lets himself get grappled. I see maybe a sub. Biggs Omega. My only issue is that Duško drops his hands when exiting, and Townsend does have decent power, but probably end on the mat fairly quickly. MMA Locker Room, is anyone betting on LFA tonight? If you guys have any LFA looks, drop them in the chat. I know pretty decent card. The co-main and main event are actually both good fights. So if you guys have anything there, let the people in the chat know.
What time's that start at? It's already started.
Yeah, 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Sosa de Castro, Big Show, Todorović plus 145. And Sosa's getting a $5 nacho Taco Bell box. Sosa, that $5 nacho box isn't as good as maybe your Taco Bell makes it better. I've had it, was not a fan. But going back to this fight, Dequan, he's 0-3 in his 3 UFC fights, right? That his last 3, does he have only 3? Yeah, he's 0-3 his last 3. Seems like he fights every few months, loses every few months. Like the comments said, he has good power, but Todorović just gets you in the clinch, goes and just beats you up with those elbows, wears you down, good height. Even though Dequan's taller, and, he is taller and he has that reach advantage, so it might be hard for Todorović to get inside, and I would hate, and I'm worried because, like the comment said, I can see it happen, because I don't think Duško's chin is that great that he comes in and he gets clipped and knocked out early. And it's like, there's your minus 350.
Yeah.
Shit's, gets knocked out. First UFC fight, Dequan wins and gets another fight for him. So I would hate for that to happen. I'm going to say that doesn't happen. Todorović gets inside, puts him against the cage, takes him down, beats him up, and wins a decision. Like, I would personally take over 1.5. If that plus 145 was Duško by decision, I actually I don't mind that look at all, because Townsend he gasses. I've seen it. And I think Todorović can just control him. Sosa, is anyone betting heavy on Michael Venom Page next week? The way they line MVP's fights, it's hard to even bet $100 on him. So, but yeah, I don't know who his opponent is, but hopefully it's a live fight for him, because usually he fights these guys, he's like minus 1,000, just beats them to death easy. So, but yeah, Bellator's good. There's a Bellator card tomorrow too. So a lot of MMA coming at you. So we agree there, Duško for the win. Next fight, another juicy favorite. Kyler Phillips looked great his last fight, taking on Cameron Else.
Yeah, and this one is really taking off. Phillips minus 500 now. Else plus 350. Over and under 1.5. Over minus 115. Under minus 115. Else coming in and off short notice. I think like 6 days short notice, something like that. Phillips, man, he's just a dangerous guy, but in the first round, like first couple rounds, I've seen him gas too. We talk about gassing. He puts a lot out there, but he's to me, he's all around better, man. Here in the grappling, he's all around better in the wrestling. I mean, you name it. The striking, I think he's more technical, fast as hell, powerful. I like Phillips here. I mean, what other way can you go? The over 1.5, I could see that, because Cameron is a tough dude. But, his level of competition's been pretty weak. Another guy that we don't know a ton about, because his level of competition has been kind of shit, if you ask me. But, I mean, dude, I don't know. You can't bet 500, obviously. So I don't even see any prop bets here. Oh, yeah, I do. But what do you think, Preston? Because Yeah, I'm not too fond of this. I mean, I think Phillips is going to go in there and just pretty much handle him.
Yeah, so we have so Locker Room has a play in LFA. He's taking Askar. He bet him at plus 100. He's 115. Yeah, Askar's the main event. Sosa, TJ Minter flashback. And yeah, so for me, if there's one dog, I do think Cameron Else is pretty legit. Kind of reminds me of the guy who beat the Russian, Timur Valiev, the guy who beat him. He was like plus 460. I can't think of the guy's name, but that's what this fight sort of reminds me of. So Cameron Else, he has like 4 fights on the UFC website. Good sub game, comes out blazing, throws big hooks, drops you, goes for the finish. Now, the issue with that is he's against a guy with really good movement. So if he can't corner him, he's going to get picked apart for 3 rounds and beat up bad. I think this could be the upset of the night. I really do. And I'm going to take him. I'm going to take Cameron Else to get the win. I think he can get inside in the first round, drop him, and get a submission. I've seen it in 2 of his fights. He fought some pretty legit guys. He's tapped out Paddy Pimblett, who was a good Cage Warriors. I don't know if he was the champion or not. And he fought who else? Like there's like 2 solid wins. So he's not fighting bums. Yeah, his record doesn't look great, 10-4. Like it's like, whatever. But the other thing to me is who really is Kyler Phillips? I mean, this guy gets a quick finish on the Contender Series, comes out, beats Gabriel Silva, beats him bad because Silva just couldn't get inside or anything. He just kind of got picked apart bad. Could happen here, but I talked Nick, I think this could happen because I talked with Mo about this too, because Mo was like, Cameron Else, he doesn't look bad. I was like, yeah, I watched the 2 fights. What's he? He's like plus 150, right? And Mo texts me plus 375. I'm like, no way. He's not plus 375. And lo and behold, I looked it up, and now my bookie, we have plus 350. But I think this line is egregious. I don't agree with this line at all. Now, Kyler Phillips could like just make me eat my words and just hit him with one of those crazy head kicks, finish him an elbow. But like you said, Else, he's tough. He's not just gonna like get bullied over, run over. The short notice thing definitely sucks because if it was more of a fair, like a full camp, I think this is lined a lot closer. But
that's a big issue with mine is the short notice. 1, 2, the takedown defense is horrible. He gets taken down at ease, and he gives up his back a shit ton from what I noticed, which I don't like. And as reckless as he does come out and he's crazy as hell, I don't think he's as good at striking as Phillips by any means. So, yeah, I mean, I could see him clipping him, but sure. But I think Phillips has a clear advantage in every aspect of this fight.
Yeah, Trevin Jones. Yeah, Rick. Yeah, that was the guy. Yeah, he was like plus 425. And kind of a similar thing. Timur Valiev, he put it on him that first round. Second round, Valiev gasses. That's an issue because Phillips won't gas. Phillips will have the cardio for the 15 minutes.
Well, that's the thing I kind of worry about Phillips is I have watched his fights where he does freaking gas pretty late because he comes out so hard. Like you said earlier, I mean, outside of a couple minutes, what do we really know too much about the guy? I mean, his fights don't go the distance.
Usually, for me, it's the line is.
I mean, if you love Else, this is the fight to bet because Phillips. I mean, you're not going to bet Phillips. I mean, minus 500.
Yeah, because I think one of these parlay pieces is going to lose. It just and with more. Because, obviously they're in UFC. They're not low-level fighters, but with more not as established fighters. Like, I talked with Jeff earlier today. People are doing these 3-fight parlays with the 3 heavy favorites like they're Khabib, Adesanya, and John Jones. You're not getting that type of fighter. And, Locker Room, he said he put his coffee money on Cameron Else at plus 400. Seen Phillips from Ultimate Fighter, followed him since then. Got to great, he can be beat. Yeah. I don't know. Minus 500 is minus 500, and it's too much for him. And I think I give Else a better than 20%, right? 25% chance. And I think you're getting positive value there. Thanks for joining us, Sosa. You got to go taking a GDR TKO decision. Okay, yeah, not a bad play there, Sosa. Not a bad play at all. But yeah, I'm going to take the dog here. I think Else can get it done. So move on here, right into Sosa's play. Germaine de Randamie. She's taking on Julianna Peña.
Her line is now. Jeez, man, they got these fucking cards all mixed up on here, dude. GDR comes in at minus 150, Peña plus 120, over and under 2.5, over minus 210, under plus 170. Dude, this is easy for me. Like, Peña looked like trash the last few times around, and I think she's declining. I don't think she's that good. We know her stand-up game is garbage. GDR, no one has been able to take her down besides Nunes. Nobody has. She does a real good job using her length and her back against the fence, and that's where she likes to play. So she has real good balance against there, and it's hard for people to take her down. Peña can try all she wants, but the stand-up, if they even get a minute to 2 minutes worth of stand-up, GDR is going to just dominate Peña and make her look silly. And I like Germaine a lot, dude. She won a round off Nunes. Who else can say that?
Yeah, I mean Shevchenko, but yeah.
Okay, but that's these are different. Those are different level people. But so I'm all over GDR. I mean, I don't think Peña has enough here. Even if she gets 1 or 2 takedowns, it's not like I don't think she's going to be as dominant as Nunes was at holding her down. So this is easy for me.
Nice. Yeah. So big show. He parlayed Askar, Philo, and Bush in LFA. A fight fan coming in, Castro, Jourdain, and Draco. My fave parlay. Deer Slayer, Peña gets crushed here. Jacksonville Zoe, he bet GDR. Nick, GDR for me. 3 fights in 4 years for Peña. And yeah, that's very worrisome. So Julianna Peña, I think she's more known for commentating. What's the guys who are just there? Yeah, Combate. She's been doing the Combate commentary every damn week. And yeah, the line, it almost seems deceptively low for GDR. And it has moved, so it's gone up to 150. But like you said, Peña has to get this to the ground. Her fight last year, she just did not look great. It was kind of dicey. But then she got the takedown and got the top control, and just rode it out for the last 5 minutes. GDR, great Muay Thai, great kickboxer. And when she gets in that rhythm where she's smiling and happy and she starts putting it together, she's tough to beat. Yeah, I gotta go with Germaine de Randamie as well. I just think she's too.
I think she knocks her ass out too. I agree with everyone.
Yeah, so yeah, it's a little worrisome, but we all catch with Caitlin Vieira last week. Maybe we can all catch with Germaine de Randamie tomorrow. So yeah, looks like a clean sweep Germaine de Randamie for the panel here. Yeah, move on here. Co-main event: Yorgan de Castro, Carlos Felipe.
De Castro comes in minus 250. Felipe plus 195. Over and under 1.5. Minus 115 either way. 2 heavyweights. I mean, these guys come in, we know they're going to throw. Castro's got pretty heavy ass kicks, very strong kicks. Both of these guys take down defense is lousy. Felipe, he's a pretty obnoxious, fucking brutal, shit talking, smack talking, dirty ass guy. And he's kind of sloppy. He throws his hands pretty wild, but he's not, he's got power in those hands. I don't think he has as much power as Castro. But man, I'm not impressed with Castro either, dude. At minus 250, there's no fucking way in hell this line should be this close. Felipe lost to Spivak.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It seems like they're just bringing the same fighters and reusing them
Yeah.
over and over
And
and
Spivak,
over.
you could say, has gotten better. I would probably say he's gotten better over time. I mean, he looked pretty good, but there are some exchanges in there with Felipe kind of let loose and hit. He just kind of, got dominated on the ground. I don't think Castro has that game. To me, this would be probably my dog of the night, dog or pass with Felipe. Just because he's tough too. I know De Castro's tough, but I've seen De Castro gas like a motherfucker. Felipe's last fight, he was still fighting until the end at least. So I'm gonna probably not bet this, but I'll go Felipe as my dog here.
Yeah, so we have Connor Mack. What's going on, Connor Mack?
And I just want to say I do like to bet, and I probably will bet the over -115. I think they're gonna stare at each other. I don't think it's gonna be like some chaotic fucking heavyweight slugfest like we always see. I think it'll be a little more calculated, than just two brutes going out there and swinging. So
Yeah, so Big Show saying don't parlay De Castro, please. Rick Ramon, this is it, fellas. This is maybe the easiest one on card. Castro. Tried spicy. Am I the only one who doesn't like Felipe because he's a scumbag?
he's a scumbag, dude. I'm gonna tell you that.
Locker room, bet your beers. Play is round 2 starts at -180 in this fight.
Yeah, I like the over.
So round 2 starts. Why not? Felipe goes out there like it's a boxing match. He's not a good boxer, low fight IQ.
Yeah, but Castro's IQ is questionable very too. Look what he did in the Hardy fight.
Yeah, that was, and I don't say we got lucky there, but yeah, he could have won that fight. Castro gonna eat up his leg, then KO him.
Yeah,
Watch out. Yeah, so this is
I could see that too.
Yeah, so Yorgan De Castro, his UFC fights, it's really, it's the heavy low kick and just kind of trudges forward, throws very low volume, the 1-2. Carlos, he came out in his last UFC fight, tried to bulldoze Sergey to the cage and kind of beat him up. Sergey reversed him, and he ended up on top. And Carlos just kind of gassed, he gassed out too, and just kind of was eating shots. But third round, over's not bad because I don't think Yorgan's getting knocked out with one punch by this guy.
No, he's not. He's not.
And unless Carlos eats a ton of leg kicks, I don't think Yorgan's gonna finish him that easy either. So I don't mind that overplay and fight to start round 2 play by Mills at all. If I have to pick one guy, I'll take Yorgan De Castro. He didn't look bad against Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy's kind of one of their not prize prospects. They've been promoting him a lot, and he took a round from Greg Hardy, and then round 2 and 3, Hardy just beat him up and won the fight. Carlos, we've only seen him against Spivak. Spivak to me is a very middling heavyweight at best. So I think De Castro can do enough, but like you said, if it gets to round 3, things could get fishy here and kind of hairy. But I'll take De Castro to get the win. 250 or 240, whatever is a little heavy, but I'll lean with him. I even think I would parlay this. So
I like Castro too. I think he does win, but I can't bet him at -250. He hasn't shown me enough. It's not worth -250. So
yeah, it's an issue with a lot of stuff on this.
Yeah,
card.
with this whole fucking card, it's outrageous.
So okay,
but you know what? I mean, those leg kicks are brutal. I'm gonna give Castro that, and I think he could chew the hell out of Felipe up. But I like the over. I'm gonna go with that.
So Imminent Hippo says this could be a first round KO or lay and pray. Yeah, Rick Ramon Spivak was tearing him up. He was
jabbing him up, man. He had that jab.
Big Show. That's a hell of a bet, Big Show. 4-for-4 Bellator parlayed with the Lakers. So 5-fight parlay for $500.
Oh yeah.
So that should pay what, Big Show? $6,000.
Nice job.
So that's a great bet, Big Show.
I wish I would have looked at those LFA lines. I just haven't really paid much attention to LFA in a couple months.
Yeah, they're every 2 weeks now for them, and Bellator's every week. There's two Bellator cards this week, which is nuts.
Now that things are back, hey, maybe we might have to run through a couple of those picks every Friday night as well.
Yeah. Dried Spicy, he wouldn't be surprised if his actions after the fight get him booted from the organization when he loses. That's Carlos, right?
Yeah,
Spicy.
and that's the reason too. I mean, you got to feel pretty confident. Castro, his story even getting here, his culture, his background, all that shit. He's made it. He's he's overcome a lot. Let's just put it that way. And to the disrespect Carlos shows everybody. I mean, we've seen it in all his fights. That's just adding to the fuel. I never liked that as a fucking fire, but who knows, man? Maybe it can work and get in his head the other way around too.
Yeah, and Rick, yeah, you're right. Yeah, Greg Hardy did slow down because his foot and leg, yeah, it got chewed up pretty bad.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
And De Castro, I don't know who his corner was, but for some reason they didn't tell him to keep putting on the pressure. So bad corner work there. And Nick, yeah, Lakers are rolling pretty easily. So if you laid it minus 200 before the Nuggets series to win the title, they're up to minus 2,000 now. And the books are, I would think, would get killed, but I know a lot of people did like the Heat in this series. So, kind of unfortunate. Bam's out and Dragic, so kind of sucks for them.
I got Lakers -5 in a 2-team tease.
Yeah, I think, yeah. I don't see how Miami can come back.
All right, let's do this fucking last fight because this card's been pretty miserable. I know it's been kind of lame.
Yeah, main event, Holm, Irene, Aldana.
We'll put out our picks tomorrow. I still have to think about it, guys, because I'm like trying to parlay shit together, and I think everyone's probably going to be on the same shit. So, there's not too much action or sway in this card, but we're going to keep pushing on, and let's go. So we got the main event, the real name caller, the one that's drawn this event, Holm and Aldana are, even money right now. Pick them over and under 4.5, minus 245 over under plus 205. I mean, man, this is going to be miserable to watch and with no crowd because we're going to have to hear Holly's fucking Holmes whole time yapping her yeah, makes it seem like it's worse than it is. I'm going with Aldana here, man. Holly to me she's had her chance, man. I just don't think she's gotten much better. I do see her having some success in the clinch like she always does, but I don't think Aldana is going to let her just stay in the clinch. I think she's going to keep this outside. I think she can out kickbox Holly Holmes, outbox her, and I think she has more power. Holly Holmes, man, I don't know. I haven't really decided here. What do you think? I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, he definitely have too many injuries, and nails to the security. That is pretty much what I think's gonna happen here. Yeah, I think Holly grinds out a decision. Just gets her against the cage and gets takedowns all fight. I agree, and even if they stay in range, I think Holly just has a little better boxing to. I think Irene has to, but even if she gets outside inside, I think Holm's just the bigger girl. Until Holm loses to this quality of fighter, you can't really pick against her. I know the line is kind of not fishy because Aldana had that nice knockout versus Vieira, who did get the win last week. So, people might be super high on Aldana because of that. But
I mean, she's got power, and we've seen Holly Holmes get dropped before.
Yeah, Zoe, nice. Zoe cash Lakers first half. Yeah, that's what Ski gave out that for his Pub Sports Radio play today. So
nice.
If you guys had that Lakers first half, enjoy.
Cash and tickets.
And yeah. So Zoe, right there with you with Holly. Yeah, I gotta take Holly Holm here. Like I said, she's so experienced. She knows what to do. The last girl they kind of put her in there who should have beaten her was Megan Anderson. What did Holm do? Because Anderson's another great kickboxer. What did Holm do? She took her down, controlled her for 15 minutes. We've seen recently, though, Anderson's takedown defense, not so great. She's fighting the champ Nunez in December. That's a yawn, but, you got to see that. Zoe's saying he's going to catch the BYU game. Is that over already? So nice, Zoe, if you had BYU, I guess.
What was that? What did they cover? -24 or some shit?
I don't know. He said you're going to catch the BYU game. So, Oh, Big Show. Yeah, that's still a great win, Big Show. Even if it's only 500, but that's still a great win. 4 Bellator picks and Lakers to win for 500. Great bet there, Big Show. And yeah, I gotta go home. I gotta go home here, home by decision. That's the pick for me.
Yeah, man, I don't know, man. Fuck, this is tough to me. I'm just gonna go Aldana just to go. I think this is a striking battle, and I think she outstrike or outworks her with volume. Holly Holm could get the clinch and just sit there like she always does. She is strong, and we know Aldana's takedown is not the greatest, but man, I just have a hunch. I don't know. I'm just going with the younger, fresher momentum fighter right here because Holly Holm. She is 37. She is kind of getting up there. So
yeah, I think 38.
I'm going with I'm going the other side here. So we'll see. I don't think I'm going to bet on this. This is for me probably the worst betting card of the year because all the women's MMA. I don't trust women's MMA.
Yeah, it's
I just don't. It's hard for me to call. It's a personal thing. It's not anything against them, but
it's a brutal card. It is brutal. I mean, it was supposed to have Glover versus Santos. They were supposed to fight on this card. Got COVID. That fight got taken off in 2 weeks, and I can't think of the stupid guy's name. He just lost to Jiri Prochazka. Fuck, Vulcan.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, his fight got taken off too. He was supposed to fight in 2 weeks. So, yeah, it definitely sucks.
And that would have been cool to see because then we would have known who Jan's fighting next immediately.
Yeah. And yeah, Locker Room loves some women's MMA. Stay tuned tomorrow. Yeah, Locker Room is going to be joining us tomorrow. Bloodthirsty's in the house. So I guess we can move on to best bets. And if you guys want to bet with us, go to mybookie.ag, enter that promo code PubSports, 50% deposit bonus, credit or debit, 100% Bitcoin, mybookie.ag, promo code PubSports.
And also, if y'all guys are going to be stressing it out with us all night tomorrow, with our hard-earned cash on the line, give my boys here a call in San Antonio if you're local, 210-592-1060. Go see them over off 1880 Nacogdoches Road, Natural Heights. If you suffer from stress, anxiety, joint pain, PTSD, insomnia, tell them promo code PubSports. They'll give you a discount, 15%, and they'll kick us back to keep things rolling here in the studio. So let's get that rolling. Let's go to the next segment, which is the best bets. Tomorrow, we're going to still be doing Flip That Cash. We got Mo, Zoe, Nick, you name it. They're all going to be here. The gang's back. Billy, we're all going to be here. Clint, Diehard MMA, will be joining us tomorrow. We got a big house. We're going to have a lot of fun. And unfortunately, it's not the greatest card, but we'll make the best of it because that's what we do. So, Preston, what's your best bet of the night?
My best bet is thank God for Big Show picks with a donation. Let's go, Big Show. Didn't need to send that much money, but you're awesome, man.
That's awesome, Big Show. Thanks, bro. That's amazing.
Yeah. So, next week's card screams cash, says Big Zoe. Yeah, next week's card is very good. Best bet. I'm going with GDR, and then I would parlay Kenney with I guess Jourdain. I don't know what that would pay, but I think Kenney and Jourdain are the safest.
It's like minus 160, I think I saw.
Yeah, I think those are the safest sort of locks in quotation marks, I would say. And then for a straight GDR, I just think Peña, the layoff, not fighting as frequently, I think it's going to be very tough for her to get that win. So Jermaine Randamie and then a Kenney Charles Jourdain parlay. Those would be my two best bets.
Yeah, I mean, GDR is probably going to be my best bet money-wise from I'm betting, but for show purposes, I'll do a 3-team parlay with Kenney, Jourdain, and I'll throw in Duško, and that gets you a plus 102. Let me just make sure. Yep. So you get your money back at least 500 to win 500, 100 to win 100. You know, it's not bad. Those three favorites should win. And I will also probably have a little action on now we'll just keep it easy. We'll keep it at that, man. We'll keep it at that because I'm going to throw a little bit of money on Jordan Williams here, but I think he gets that win. So minus 125. I'm gonna take a shot at that.
Nice, yeah. And then yeah, if Chad have any best bets, he can throw them out there. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like Jeff said, we're gonna be back here tomorrow, sucks. This card's very late, which is garbage, and it's probably going to get pushed back later for college football because Alabama, or I think it's Alabama, one of the teams, they play right before the fight, and it might get pushed back even later. So if you guys can stay up tomorrow night for some women's MMA, we'll be live super, super late, which I don't enjoy, but
And we always pull the trigger on a prop, a bet, live, live line, something like that. There's always something, the guys in the panel, they're always have action. So it's fun, man. Good time since you find some good hits on there, and we can make the best of it. Doesn't have to be a shitty card. We can make it fun.
yeah, Noah's fading the diabetic with Williams. Yeah, that seems to be everyone's thought, that he's just too small. But yeah, you can't cut the weight, which sucks with the diabetes. So yeah, like Jeff said, we'll be live here tomorrow. Nick, Mills, Clint, Mo, who else we got?
Billy.
Billy. Yeah, the whole crew's gonna be here live tomorrow.
Connor Mack might stop by. We have a whole panel. I mean, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, we'll give you some live bets, break it down, and just keep it going tomorrow. Win some money. Last 2 weeks have been great. Hopefully tomorrow we can continue the trend. A fight fan, thanks for the comment there. Pub's the place to be. Thank you guys. Any MMA is better than no MMA. Yeah, Neil.
I agree.
Yeah, Neil. I mean, yeah, fights are fights, so it is good, but
I agree, because especially for me, because I'm really becoming a non-fan of NBA. So that's there's nothing else for me to watch.
Yeah.
Besides Sunday once a week.
Yeah, NFL Sunday, which even that sport's becoming shit.
Speaking of NFL, let's give everyone a little preview of our new show coming up Sunday night, NFL Smack Talk. We're going to have a guest, 2 hosts, and 2 fans. They'll be there betting live props, live lines, and smack talking, repping their team. It's going to be fun, a lot of action. There'll be 2 new people on every week supporting their team, repping their fans. So have some fun with that, and we look forward to seeing all y'all guys. Hit that like and subscribe. Preston, anything else to say?
No, just what Jeff said. Yeah, give us a like, subscribe, follow, turn those notifications on. We're here every weekend. We're here at the same time doing the same thing, putting money in your pocket. So this was Talkin Hands. We will see you guys next week. Have a good one, guys.